Sports.
All right, everyone, buckle up, because we are diving headfirst into a Premier League battle that's got everyone talking. Bournemouth going up against the Titans. Arsenal.
Ooh, David versus Goliath vibes for sure.
Exactly. And we know you're here for the inside scoop, so we've been digging deep into the stats, the expert opinions, all of it, to see if Bournemouth really has a shot at pulling off a massive upset.
Well, let's be honest, on paper, it's not looking great for them. 3 losses out of their last 4. Not exactly the momentum you want going into a clash with Arsenal.
Not ideal, no. But, and this is important, they did snag that 3-1 win against Southampton. So is that a sign that maybe, just maybe, they're finding their footing?
It's a possibility. But, and there's always the but, isn't there? Their manager, Andoni Iraola, here's the thing. All 10 of his Premier League wins, they've come against teams in the bottom half of the table.
Interesting. So he's got the underdog beatdown strategy down pat.
Right. But can he outfox a top-tier team like Arsenal? That's the million-dollar question.
So it's not just about Bournemouth stepping up their game. It's about their manager stepping into a whole new league, tactically speaking.
100%. It's a real test for Iraola. Can he outmaneuver Arteta, Arsenal's manager? Because we know Arteta, he's got that tactical flexibility, always keeping everyone guessing.
Sounds like a tactical showdown brewing on the sidelines. But let's talk about those on the pitch for a second. Arsenal is on fire right now. 10 matches unbeaten. 10. What's the secret sauce?
Well, that draw against Manchester City recently, that was huge, holding the defending champs to a draw. Talk about a statement.
They're playing with this confidence that's honestly a little intimidating, but they're not invincible, right? They had that goalless draw in the Champions League. Does that tell us anything, or was it just an off day?
Even the best have those, right? The question is, was it just a blip, or is the pressure of maintaining that streak starting to get to them?
Especially with the weight of history on their shoulders. Let's not forget, Arsenal hasn't lost to Bournemouth since, get this, January of 2018.
It's true. And hold on to your hats, because they're also on the cusp of hitting their 2000th top-flight win. Only one other team in history can claim that.
Wow. Talk about pressure. So, Bournemouth's up against a team in top form, chasing history. What can they possibly do to counter that?
Let's talk about Marco Senesi for a second. He's their not-so-secret weapon. Why? Because he scored the last goal against Arsenal.
So he knows how to get past their defenses. That's got to give him some confidence, right?
Should. However, there's a catch. Senesi has racked up 3 yellow cards in his last 5 matches. Aggression can be a good thing, but...
Double-edged sword, I see what you mean.
Exactly. So which will it be? Asset or liability? We'll see.
A wild card on the pitch.
Yeah.
Exciting. Now, switching sides, who should we be watching out for on Arsenal's side?
Leandro Trossard is the name on everyone's lips. The man is on a roll. He just had a blinder of an international break, even scored against Italy. And he's been involved in 2 goals in his last 3 matches for Arsenal.
He's on fire.
Oh, and did I mention he also scored the last time these 2 teams met?
Like he's got their number. And speaking of numbers, there's one stat that really jumped out at us. Arsenal has scored within the first 25 minutes of 4 of their last 5 games.
That's no coincidence. Arteta has them playing this high-pressure game, forcing turnovers, and bam, they aim to end it early.
So if you're a Bournemouth fan, those first 25 minutes are nail-biters. If Arsenal comes out swinging like they usually do...
It could be a very long day for Bournemouth. That early dominance, it's not just about the points, it's psychological.
Can Bournemouth weather the storm? Can they find a way to disrupt that rhythm and stay in the game?
That's the tactical puzzle, right? How do you, as a manager, as a team, how do you stop a team that's basically bringing the house down in the first 25 minutes? I mean, that takes serious discipline, focus right from that first whistle.
You're facing a hurricane, basically. Can you build a bunker strong enough? Because if they score early, I mean, talk about deflating.
Right, that early goal and suddenly the wind goes out of your sails. But think about it. If they can hold on, if they can frustrate Arsenal early on.
Ooh, now things are getting interesting.
Exactly. Doubt starts creeping in. That unbeaten streak, it's not a badge of honor anymore, it's a burden.
The momentum shifts, the crowd gets riled up, suddenly Bournemouth's got a fighting chance. Everyone loves an underdog story.
And that's what makes this match so exciting. All the stats point to Arsenal, but then you have that human factor, that underdog spirit. Can Bournemouth tap into that desire to prove everyone wrong?
And can they back it up on the pitch? Because passion can only take you so far, right? You need the tactics, the individual brilliance, a little bit of luck even for a win this big.
And let's not forget, sometimes it's about exploiting weaknesses. Arsenal, as strong as they are, they've had their defensive slip-ups. Can Bournemouth capitalize on that?
So we're looking at Bournemouth needing to be completely on point, organized, disciplined, ready to pounce. The perfect game, really. Tactically, though, what does that even look like? Do they try to match Arsenal's intensity head-on, or do they hang back, wait for the counterattack?
That's the big question for Areola. Do you mirror that high-pressure style? Could make for a really exciting match, back and forth, lots of chances. Or do you stack the defense, maybe go 5 at the back, try to suffocate Arsenal's attack? Not an easy choice.
High risk, high reward, either way. The tactical battle between these two managers, that's going to be fascinating to watch.
And remember, even with the best plans, sometimes it comes down to a moment of brilliance, right? Senesi pulls something out of the bag, maybe an Arsenal defender makes a blunder. It can change the entire game.
Because at the end of the day, these are people playing, not robots, and people, capable of amazing things and some head-scratching mistakes. That's why we love it.
Absolutely. And speaking of unpredictable, we've talked a lot about what Bournemouth needs to do. But even if they play their hearts out, even if they shut down Arsenal completely, they've still got to score.
You can't win if you don't score. So yeah, all eyes will be on their defense, but can they crack Arsenal's defense, which has been pretty solid, by the way.
Tall order, no doubt. They'll need to be clinical when those chances come. And yeah, maybe a bit of luck wouldn't hurt.
A lucky bounce, a set piece, who knows, maybe even an unexpected hero emerges. That's the beauty of it. Anyone can be the game changer on the day.
And that, my friend, is why, despite all the analysis, all the predictions, football, it's a game of surprises. We can guess all we want, but it's the players out there who decide how the story ends.
So as someone who might be tuning into this match,
Yeah.
what do you think is going to happen? I mean, really?
Honestly, tough one. On paper, Arsenal has it in the bag, right? The form, the history, they've got the firepower.
There's always a but.
Right. Bournemouth, as inconsistent as they've been, they've shown flashes. If they can weather that initial storm, get under Arsenal's skin a little. Who knows? Maybe we'll see the impossible happen.
It's a long shot.
Yeah.
But in football, anything's possible. So as we watch this match unfold, and we know you will be, it's more than just a game for these two, right?
Oh, for sure. It's a battle of narratives, a fight for momentum. For Arsenal, it's another chance to prove their dominance.
Right, a win for them, they'd solidify their spot at the top, inch closer to that incredible 2000th win.
Imagine that celebration.
Exactly. But a loss, even a draw, changes everything.
Momentum swings the other way. Suddenly that confidence takes a hit. That unbeaten streak starts to feel like a curse.
And for Bournemouth, a win against Arsenal, that's a season-defining moment.
Huge. It's proof they can hang with the best, that they're not going down without a fight.
Even in defeat, though, there's something to be said for how they hold up. Make it a close one, push Arsenal to the limit.
It's a moral victory, you know? Shows they've got the heart, that they won't be intimidated.
So much to consider as we wrap up this deep dive. We've covered the tactics, the key players, the weight of history on their shoulders.
And hopefully giving you, listening at home, a better sense of what's on the line for both these clubs.
It all comes down to this. Who are you rooting for? The unstoppable force, Arsenal, continuing their reign, or the underdog, Bournemouth, pulling off a miracle upset?
Only one way to find out. Sit back, relax, and get ready for what's sure to be a Premier League classic. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.